Okay, so let's talk about Dry-L, the at-home dry cleaner. I've been using this since it came out, and now it doesn't really clean your clothes, but it does freshen them and make them smell better and helps get rid of that thrift store smell for dry clean only items. It's not going to remove dirt or stains, tough stains, or like body oils and that kind of thing. But it's just something good to have on hand. You can usually find coupons for it, and I've used it, quite a bit over the years. So basically, if you haven't used this before, the starter kit comes with the zippered bag, these cleaning cloths, and the stain remover. It can be a challenge to find the starter pack in local stores. I don't even see a space on the shelf for it at my Walmart, but you can order it on Amazon or buy it on eBay or that type of thing. Um, so you want to buy the starter pack first. But basically, you're just going to put your item in the bag. Um, it can fit about 5 items at a time, and you want to put similar items in there. So you don't want to mix like sweaters with silk because then the fuzz from the sweater is going to get all over the silk item. So you can just do one at a time if you want. But it can fit about 5 items at a time, or like one big coat. You can figure out how much to fit in there. But you're going to add one of the cloths to the bag. If there's any stains, you can treat it with a stain remover. This stuff isn't going to get everything out. If it's a tough stain like wine or blood or something, magic marker, it's not going to get that kind of stuff out, but it's enough to work on basic food stains and that type of thing. And you're going to zip up the bag and put it in the dryer on medium heat for 15 minutes. If I'm doing cashmere in here, I am going to put it on the lowest heat setting. Sometimes I will do my cashmere sweaters this way instead of hand washing all of them, but definitely make sure that it's not a high heat because it will shrink your clothes. So that's pretty much all there is to it. The reason I like this stuff is it's much cheaper than dry cleaning. And the Dry-L comparison is that it's costs about 25 cents per item to do your Dry-L at home. It's really convenient. You don't have to take your stuff, have it at the dry cleaner, wait a few days, go back and get it, and it's fast. So, you can do it within just a few minutes in your own house, and everything comes out looking great. It doesn't stretch, fade. Um, it's a really good alternative to taking stuff to the dry cleaner, and helps get rid of that thrift store smell for items that you cannot put in the washing machine. So I've got a sample of the Dry-L here for you to take a look at that if you've never seen it before. Definitely something that you want to put in your kit for cleaning and repair. Okay, spot removal. This is something that you're going to definitely run into. So let's start going through what kind of products are good for this. Sometimes you just have one small spot or stain and you don't need to clean the whole item. Now, keep in mind that eBay's rules for selling used clothing is that you're supposed to wash everything. And I do that on things that can go in the washing machine. If it's a dry clean only item, then I do it with the Dry-L or take it to the cleaner, depending on what it is. I rarely take things to the cleaner because I can do most of it at home myself and it's just faster. And but if it's a big coat or obviously has some stains on it that I want them to try to treat and get out, then I will take it to the cleaner. But I'm going to elaborate on that in a minute. So sometimes you just have a small spot. So having the right kind of cleaner on hand is a great idea if you're going to be in the clothing business because you just never know when you're going to need it. It's like having a spare tire on your car. You never know when you're going to need it. And when you do need it, you're really glad you have it. So the best defense for stain removal is a good offense. Okay, Tide to Go. This stuff is great. It's really simple to use. You just dab it on and rub it on there. It has a sort of spongy tip on it, and you just keep rubbing it till the stain goes away. Be careful with this on items, that are you want to test for color fastness. So you want to find a place like on the inside of the hem or something that's not going to be noticeable and test to make sure it's not going to leave a stain behind. So if you're doing like a dark colored silk top, you just want to make sure you test before you actually try to remove the stain because you don't want to make it worse. And then you can dab it with a damp cloth to remove any residue. This you can get pretty much anywhere in the laundry section. I think they're about $3 a piece, and it lasts a pretty long time. It was designed for catching stains when they happen. So, when you're at lunch and you spill something on your tie or whatever, you can quickly get that stain out before it sets in. So it may not get really set in stains out. If it doesn't work, then you move on to another option. So I've got one of these Tide to Go pens for you to look at. Then the Clorox bleach pen. You only want to use this on white, and you want to use it very, very carefully. This was actually designed for cleaning the grout in bathrooms, and I've used it on clothing like whites when it's got a stain that won't come out. You just dab on a small amount and then wipe it off with a damp cloth. But I've tried it on like patterned items that have white mixed in with another color, and you just have to be really careful that it doesn't bleed onto the not white part of the garment. But this is something you can play around with, and it's a gel, so it's not. I think when they first made it, it was sort of a pasty white type of material, and now they've got it as a gel. So it does work pretty well. So just read the directions, and this is about $3 at Walmart or your grocery store, and this is something you want to put in your cleaning kit. Okay, OxyClean. I love this stuff. This size one I have here is about $7 at Walmart, but it comes in a smaller size. I just have never been able to find the smaller size. And you can just put this in your wash. It boosts the cleaning of your regular detergent. You want to use it with a detergent, or you can use it for stain removal. And I like this because it's not bleach. It works with hydrogen peroxide. That's the oxy part. So bleach is very harsh on clothing. It weakens the fabric and it makes it wear out faster. So you want to avoid using bleach, especially on vintage items, because they're so old and they may be delicate and it may make them come apart. Back in the day, when I was married in the 90s, my husband at the time had a corporate type job where he had to wear a coat and tie every day. And we decided for our household budget that I would do his white shirts. And so I would bleach them. I don't know that this was out yet. I remember the infomercial for this, in the late 90s. But I would do his white shirts and bleach them and then iron them. And they did wear out much faster using bleach. So that's why you want to be careful with bleach, is it just breaks down the fabric. But what I like about this stuff is it's a powder. It's not messy. I'm terrible about spilling bleach on stuff because it splashes when you put it in the wash. But on the back of the box and on their website, they have all kinds of information about how to use it to clean different things. And you can make up different solutions with based on what you're cleaning. So, like, this is great for coffee mugs if you are into that. You know how you get the silver or the gray scratches on the inside of the coffee mug. You can mix up some of this and just let it sit in your coffee mug overnight, and it will be completely white in the morning. But it shows you how to do stain treatment based on the fabric you're using, how to use it with colors, and all this information is on there. So this is a great item to keep in your kit of stain removers and cleaning because you can use it on like a lot of different surfaces and it works. Okay, woolite. This has been around forever, or back to 1951, whichever one you want to say. Um, it was the first gentle hand wash detergent. It's specially formulated to protect wool, silk, nylon, and other delicate fabrics. I remember my mom washing her pantyhose in this in the sink. Um, and I just use this one because it's just been around so long and it's proven. You can do your hand wash sweaters in this, and it's made for delicates. So just read the directions. It smells good. It doesn't smell too strong. You want to be careful about using strong smells. Let me just speak to that real quick. Um, there's this school of thought on eBay about what things should smell like. um, some sellers say don't ever use any kind of perfumed item on fabrics because the person getting it could have an allergy, they could be super sensitive, and you don't want a problem. Um, like some people spray their items with Febreze, and there's different scents of Febreze. There's even unscented, fresh scent, all the way up to like lavender and really strong scents. And you just want to be careful that you're not overdoing it because the person's going to open that package, and if they have a sensitivity, they may leave you bad feedback. My position on that is if you are so sensitive to smells that a laundry product is going to bother you and give you a headache or a rash or whatever you get, you shouldn't be buying on eBay. But we can't control what people do. So just be careful what laundry products you use and how your stuff smells. Obviously, you don't want it to be the stinky thrift store smell, but also you don't want it to be overpowering so that it is offensive to someone. We live in a society where everybody is offended by something, and it's just impossible to tiptoe around all of this stuff and make everybody happy. But the bottom line is you want your item to be clean, you want it to smell fresh, but you don't want it to be overpowering. So just keep that in mind when you're doing these laundry products so that you don't knock somebody over with like a really stinky lavender smell or something that could be offensive. So that's all I got for that. All right, sometimes it isn't worth your time to try to remove a stain. You either want to leave it behind or sell it as is. And let's go over some of these situations. My rule of thumb is I do not bother with underarm yellowing. Urine stains on pants, you will find this a lot on men's pants simply because of the prostate issue. They can't help it. This is just something that happens as men get older, and it's just something that's going to be there. So if you're selling men's pants, you always want to turn them inside out and look and see if there's any urine stains. And I know this is gross, but this is the nature of what we do when we sell used clothing. There's going to be human body fluids on them. So I was selling men's pants for a long time, and I just got to the point where I just didn't want to do that anymore. I was just coming across too many that had this issue, and so I just quit selling them. Ring around the collar, it's nearly impossible to get out. You're going to spend too much time trying to do that. Just move on. Permanent marker, I just don't fool with that. It takes too long to get it out. So I just leave it there. Back to the underarm yellowing, I don't even buy those things. I don't even try to sell it if it's got that kind of stain on it because I think that's offensive and I wouldn't buy that. So I'm not going to try to get it out. Some of these things you just can't deal with. But the permanent marker, you might be able to sell it with that on there. Blood, same thing. It's just offensive. If I can tell that's what it is, I'm not going to try to sell an item with that on there. I don't want to even fool with trying to get it out. And then grass and red wine are also very hard to get out. So those are just the ones I pass on because it's just not worth my time. Okay, we're going to stop this video here and then pick back up with selling defective items.